Hello, today we're having a look at your last assignment. It's a 2-week assignment, so do understand that. I don't think that you're really going to be able to complete it this week because you don't have the sessions done. Honestly, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to try and get that stuff out there. But it's not on the agenda for this week, but you can do most of it. So anyways, first thing I want to mention is, so this can be an extension of the project that you're already working on. If you're working on something that you're happy with, that you put some design into, that you like. However, if what you're doing is kind of themeless and kind of sloppy, and you know if it's sloppy or not, then you might want to consider just starting from scratch. You certainly have the time to do it. And, if you were to ask me advice, I'd say, yeah, create something from scratch here because when you go through the process of creating this whole thing from scratch, you're going to learn a lot and you're not going to make some of the same design mistakes when you do it a second time. You'll be shocked at how much cleaner everything is. But I certainly leave the door open for you to just work with what you've been working with because some of you clearly have built some cool projects that you actually like. And so if you're doing that, right, I'm not telling you to discard it for this because that doesn't make much sense. Alright, so here's my sample little site. Here's my home page. Doesn't need to have much on it. Let's look at the criteria. So it's a long set of criteria. Home page needs to have a navigation bar. That's about it. So you're going to have like an insert content page. And so you've done stuff like that. So just an insert, and you're also going to allow the user to insert an image as well. So stuff you've done before, but your insert is going to be that. Right, you've done that before. View gallery. So notice I'm not asking you to do a search. If you want to do a search, you can, if it makes sense. You're right, hopefully at this point in the course, that the difference between a gallery and a search is just a really simple form. So you can if you want to. I guess I wouldn't have a problem if you wanted to give me a search, I guess, as opposed to a gallery, right? Because it's the same thing. I am asking for create scripts on all of your tables, so there's going to be some kind of a view page, there's going to be an insert page, details page, right? That's what we did last week. This is where you just display the details and the image. So it's kind of put together weird, but there's also a comment section I'm asking you to do. Honestly, if you can't get the comment section working on this one, that's worth the least amount of points. But it probably, if you did a good job with the comment section, like I hope you did when we did it, you should more or less be able to copy and paste it and just change the sequel. So the difference, the new stuff on this is going to be the create account and the login. Alright, so create account, this is going to be where users register, and login is where they log in. And so in order to make things work on this site, you need to use sessions. Like I said, we're not to sessions yet. So the sessions part, let me just try and go through this. So you don't have to be logged in to view the gallery, but you do have to be logged in to view the comments. And so the comment stuff, that should be restricted. And what else is supposed to be restricted? Oh, the upload is also restricted. So now that I've talked about that, let me just show you what a finished project looks like. This isn't going to be one of those things where I show you much of the code. So home page is here, add page is here. Notice I get yelled at. You need to log in before you can upload stuff. Good idea. Here's my view page. View page is unrestricted. Details page is unrestricted. But the comments aren't showing up. And that's a common thing, right? It's kind of a judgment thing. You can handle it how you want to handle it, I guess. But the easiest way to handle it is I'm not even showing the comments if you're not logged in. Sometimes you can see the comments but not post them, and that's pretty reasonable too, but I just did what I did because it's easier to illustrate, right? Here's my details page, no comments because I'm not logged in. Log out page is kind of weird. Sign up page, right? If I log in, it's a page like this. Log out doesn't do anything really. Sign up looks like this. This is where you register, right? So my name's I don't know, whatever. It's where you create accounts. It's very similar to the lab that you're doing for week 9. I'm probably not even going to illustrate that, but I will show you the login page. So you've seen how this all works if you're not logged in. Now I'm going to log in with a pre-existing account. I log in, and now this page kind of, right, there's no reason to show a login form when you're logged in. And if I go to the sign up page, I also yell at them, right? You're already logged in. You shouldn't be able to spam accounts when you're already logged in. So you can imagine behind the scenes, there's an is set going on. And so I know you don't have all the tools for this, but basically you could build the shell of it, and I'm telling you, it's an if else structure, much like an is set. Instead of like an is set looking for a form submission, we're going to be looking for a session variable. So view page is the same. Add page now exists, right? So clearly that was just locked, right? It's locked if I'm not logged in. If I am logged in, I get the actual page. Imagine what that looks like behind the scenes, right? It's an else if. If logged in, show this. Else, don't. View page looks the same. Click on Zelda, and now I see the comments, right? So that part was being hidden. So the two restricted parts are the add and the comment part. And then on my logout page, I click logout. Logout ends the session. Now I can sign up again. Now I'm not clear to add stuff. And now I'm not clear to view the comments. So that is where sessions play into this mess. And like I said, it's not part of week 9, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try, so I have to get the first things done first. I'm going to try to get that session stuff out there as soon as I can and just open up week 10 of the course, because there's not going to be a week 10 assignment. So that's my plan. So if it seems kind of frustrating that you can't finish something that you're starting on, well, I'll do the best I can with that. But I'm telling you, you should start on this and do what you can do with it. Even if you can't finish the whole thing, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a huge transition. So that's the project. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, like I said, you can reuse what you already have, or you can create something new from scratch. You know, if you don't have something that you're thrilled about, I'd probably create something from scratch. I think you'll be surprised at how much better job you do of organizing your content and like reducing redundancy. One of the things I always notice when I'm teaching a class like this is there's always a lot of copying and pasting that goes on, and if I went and actually looked at your scripts, there's oftentimes just blocks and blocks of code that don't do anything, and tons of stuff just commented out, right, that doesn't mean anything. And so if that's kind of what your code looks like, and you got things you're not quite sure how they work, then all the more reason to maybe consider starting something from scratch. Alright, so that's the assignment. If you got any specific questions, let me know, but that's my interpretation of my project.